All right, everybody, what's going on? Will from the Will C Show here. Listen, first episode, first installment is an Islander-related episode, and there are plenty of people out there that talk about the Islanders. There are plenty of people out there that can walk, talk, eat, sleep, shit Islanders, but your boy has it down pat. Now, with that said, as an Islander fan, this first episode is about the two guys that got traded the other day, and realistically, it's about the Islander cap situation, this first episode, right? So at the end of the season, there was a lot of talk about this whole cap situation and what had happened with the Islanders, being close to about zero when it comes to cap space, right? We're not going to talk about the draft, the expansion draft, the NHL draft. No. This is about what happened this past weekend. And what I will tell you is that with everything going on and with everything that's been said, look, the Islanders found a way to clear nearly $10 million in cap space over the course of 24 hours. And when Leddy got traded on Friday, I was a little bit upset, but it was really sort of expected in the sense where the crack, and I know I said I was going to bring up the expansion draft, but you kind of had a feeling that it was either going to be Bleds, Mayfield, Eberle, or hell, even Bailey at that point that might have gotten traded. You might see some value go out, right? So the Islanders, they get back Richard Panik and half of his deal from Detroit, along with the second-round draft pick. All right, they moved some salary cap, and from what we heard, there was going to be one more move. And the Islanders desperately needed a defenseman to get up to par with the expansion draft rules, but there was an unexpected move. And that unexpected move, and the whole fan base was going absolutely apeshit when they saw all this happen. It was wait, blindsided, but in a good blindside, but also it was much to the chagrin of the man on the right, Andrew Ladd. And Andrew Ladd, he got traded on Saturday. And listen, the guy hasn't played in nearly a year on the NHL level. There's been rumors and reports out there on Twitter, social media, and all the various outlets that Barry and Lou didn't really like him. So what do you do when you're paying a guy nearly $5 million to sit in the minors and do nothing? You try and get rid of his contract. And, much to the chagrin of, Andrew, I'm sure Andrew probably wanted a fresh change of scenery anyway. And I'm not speaking for him, but at that same point in time, a lot of things have happened over the course of time. He got traded. And he got traded to Arizona along with 3 draft picks, realistically, basically saying, hey, the draft picks, you can have them. We just want Andrew Ladd's contract off the books. 2 second-round picks and a third-round pick to get rid of $10 million of, I hate to say it, I don't ever like to shit on players, but it's dead weight at that point. Andrew Ladd is now a Arizona Coyote. I was about to say Phoenix, it's Arizona, but still in the same state. In the same, I just sound like a dumbass. But no, regardless or not, Andrew Ladd is over in Arizona right now, Glendale. And, these guys, they gave us some pretty good moments, but more so Nick Leddy than Andrew Ladd, but they're human beings at the end of the day. And that's why I don't ever like to shit on players unless they absolutely deserve it. But even still, even if some players do deserve it, they're still humans. So that's why I never like to do that in any way, shape, or form. Uh, but yeah, with Andrew, you know, I've never met the guy. Probably one of the more nicer guys, one would think, you know, with his Andrew Ladd Foundation, you know, the trips that he does back home in Canada with him and his teammates doing the fishing trips and such. And being a captain and being a two-time Stanley Cup champion, you know, there's a reason why he wore the C up in Winnipeg, and he wore the A on the Islanders for a little bit. He brought leadership, and albeit because of the fact that he made X amount of dollars, he got the A. That's not it. The point is that he's a leader, somebody that you could look up to, and is probably one of the nicer dudes that you'll probably want to meet. I wish I could meet him just to say, hey, Andrew, thank you for your time out in the island. I really appreciate it. And thank you for bringing some pretty good moments out in the island. But it didn't happen. Injuries happened. And that's what's going to define Andrew Ladd's Islander career here, is injuries at that point and what could have been. Now, there is no what could have been here with Nick Leddy. Nick Leddy I've met. Nice guy. Definitely a guy to have a beer with. And definitely a guy to shoot the shit with. But, you know, as far as anything else that has happened over the course of time, it was him and Johnny Boychuk that really changed the identity of the Islanders back when they first started playing together in 2014. And basically saying, hey, you know what? This young group of guys that they have here, we won Stanley Cups. We're going to change the culture here, and we're going to find a way to win no matter what. And yeah, 2015 and 2016 and 2019 to 2021 hasn't really resulted in a Stanley Cup, but it's the moments that you get, and it's the type of player that you get out of these guys. We know how great of a player Johnny Boychuk was. Well, we could say the same thing about Nick Leddy. And being that offensive defenseman, a guy that could carry the puck, a guy that was, you know, a top pairing D-man at that point. And yeah, he signed that big contract, but you know what? At that point, the money, well worth it over the course of time. You could throw out the negative 42 from the Doug Weight year of 2017, 2018, but make no mistake about it. Definitely when he's on his game, he's still a force to be reckoned with, Nick Leddy is. And, you know, yeah, as you age, you're not going to be what you were. I think no human being is, not even LeBron right now, is that. I'll save him for another time. But Ladd and Leddy, the bottom line is right now, there's no money owed. They're literally close to about $19 million under the cap, if you include Johnny Boychuk's LTIR at that point. And yeah, that's definitely about it. Now, you could definitely see what could happen over the course of time. Maybe you might see Leo Komarov, Thomas Hickey, something like that. Maybe even Jordan Eberle and his name mentioned in trades, or if they might take, the Kraken might take him. But, you know, right now, as it stands, you still got guys to re-sign. Anthony Beauvillier is one. Adam Pelech is another. Casey Cizikas, Ilya Sorokin, and, of course, Kyle Palmieri. And there may be one name that I'm missing out of that, but, you know, with everything going on, that's what you want to see. You want to see some cap space. You want to see the GM right now of this team keep this core the way how it is, because they were one bounce away from making it to the Stanley Cup final. And Game 7, that was not pretty. That was not pretty watching that game. But it just got to show you that the Islanders, they can literally play with anybody. And they're right there. And I think any Islander fan will tell you that they're right there on the cusp of doing something really good. But, you know, regardless or not, this team is definitely going to be fun to watch. And with Ladd and Leddy now off the books, maybe you might see a high-name free agent come over here. Maybe you might see Lou Amarillo swing for the fences here via trade, if you will. And then, all right, I know I had mentioned that I'm not going to bring up the Kraken here, but let's just say hypothetically, if Jordan Eberle and Josh Bailey don't get selected, Kiefer Bellows might. Talk about a guy that is hungry and somebody that wants to make a name for themselves. Kiefer Bellows can be that guy. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you for following and watching this very first episode of the Will C Show. Islanders edition, Andrew Ladd and Nick Leddy, both getting traded over the weekend. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Just follow your boy at Will Chiarucci on social media. Follow the Will C Show on Instagram. Follow On the Board Sports as well on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Fun stuff here today. Let's make this happen more often, guys. All right. Peace out. Stay safe wherever you are. And God bless you all. Peace out.